Today on Jez Weld, I pull trigger. So that's just sort of... Welcome back everybody to another episode of Jez Weld. La la! Big episode ahead. Hold on to your butt plugs because we have got all kinds of things to go through. Things are never done. We've got a couple of issues we need to sort through to get this thing reliable and working how a car would work. There's a lot missing of this, but this is just for positioning. We will actually probably just tail them there by that tack. We'll break that tack and we'll build it up properly once we have all the correct angles. So we've got the control arm, coilover bracket, the upper link there. So that's what we're testing for, is clearance between the sump and the frame, because it is pretty close on this side, very close. And we've got just over there the top link and the pinion. I'm just a bit worried about they're quite close and I don't want them rubbing. So we're going to find that out in a minute. So if we come around to the driver's side, so we've got everything in there, same as the other side, but we've got the panhard over here and we've got the steering box. So I did actually have to mod that coilover tower, just done like a tube that goes right the way through, if you can see it in there. It's come out quite nice, but yeah, that shaft just sort of runs through the back, nice and streamlined and cut out. So that's not going to rub on there. But yes, that there was one of the problematic areas. So we may actually have to end up running a fucking bendy arm to bend away from that. Or we put our link up higher. So yeah, a couple of options there. But we'll see where we're at once we do the flex test. All will be revealed. All right, let's see what is cooking. Give it a bit of trolley jack first and bring it up to the bump stop. So, a few of the problem areas. It's not all fun and games and roses and happiness and lollipops. You know, sometimes things are just more depressing than other times. So yeah, we do have some contact. This is why we do this. That fucking pisses me off. So yeah, we're either notching out the housing or we're doing fucking whoop the arm. So we'll work that out. And also the pinion's hitting. So yeah, top link is just touching that. No good. So we're gonna have to lift up that top link. I think we'll just lift that top link up. That's the easiest way to do that. Bring that over, that'll be fine. And that there's incredibly, it's way too close for my liking. I mean, it's got about a mil gap there, but no deal, no good. No good, but they're striking in a pretty good place. It's actually pretty good. Don't mind that at all. So, cool. I'll just mark that. I'll just mark what to chop that off, because we'll just chop that off to make that work. That's an easy fix. So that's, we've got 3 issues there. So all kind of easily fixed. I really don't want to put any arms in it that have any bends. So I'm going to try and come up with an action plan for that. But yeah, we'll give that a good 10 milli. Yes, that's nice. 10 mil room. Yeah, look, I'm going to mark the housing right now just in case I do feel like notching it. I don't know how close we can get to the ring gear there, but that'll be kind of cool, you know. Housing notch. Maybe. Don't know. We'll see. We will see. So we're up to fully welding this out. So I'm actually going to just weld most of this in situ, right? Probably the whole thing. Instead of taking the diff out, putting it on a bench or whatever, we're just gonna, I'm pretty used to doing welds in shitty positions, so we'll just lie on the floor, do it overhead and weld it that way. So I've already started. So yeah, I've done the bump stop and the combined lower control arm and coilover mount. So we've got all the welds here. Now that weld there, down there, I'll wait until the diff center's out again. I've actually welded all inside here, so very strong, but I would just like to have a run down the inside just for ingress, water ingress purposes. So yeah, mostly this is all welded out. There's still a weld to do. The jack stand is actually in the way there, so I'll wait until we have a tie here, and then we'll do that one. So yeah, I'm actually going to be welding up the coilover tower here and the bump stop. So we've got some gussets to put in here. I've taken off the steering box, and that's the panhard. So we're going to weld all that on and put in the necessary gussets just to strengthen everything up there. I've got these little extra bracing sides. So what we have to do actually is weld everything that we can get to, and then these will go over the top of that weld and just give the twisting motion of the coilover tower a bit more bracing. I'll show you what I mean. So yes, we do all our welds here, and then we put our over brace over that, and then do all the necessary welding there. Yeah, same this side. Same this side as well. So yeah, we may have to just, oh no, that's actually okay. That misses the cutout that we had to put in the back of the steering box for the sector shaft. So yeah, I can't wait to start welding all that. It's going to be fun. Lots and lots and lots of welding to do. Probably going to take a bit, but it's going to be fucking fun. This is good fun. Way better than playing video games. So we're going to do a lot of welding. I've got my DeWalt. All right, so it's time to get this thing assembled. I've got the brand new arms here from my mate's sister's brother's mum. Made these up for me, and they're fucking really nice. It's got the identification on each end, the nut spanners. The spanner part is the same size as the nuts that come with the heap joints. Yeah, smashing job. Really nice. So yeah, left hand identification, same size nut. That's cool. That's really cool there. So that's all the arms, 6061, and that's plenty for this thing. So we're going to put in the, I've already got the lowers in, as you can see under here. So the lowers are in there on both sides. So we're going to put in the two uppers, the panhard rod, and the drag link. So let's go and get them in now. So I've gone and put everything together. So I've got the upper and lower control arms in, the alley links, and I've got the coilovers in on both sides. So we're just doing this on jack stands. So it is a little bit harder than having a hoist, say. So I'm just incrementally doing this bit by bit. So what I've done is I have just left the car on the stands as it was. Then I've just basically dropped the diff right down to the floor to be able to get the coilovers in. Things in, and we're just off the floor there. So I've just got a jack each side, one jack there, one jack there. So we're just gonna jack up each side until we can get the tires on, and then just sit it on its ride height and see where we're sitting. So a few more tests to do, more assembly work, but yeah, let's get these tires on and check the stance of this thing. Okay, Jacky Wacky. We'll Jacky Wacky this thing up. So bit by bit. It's probably going to start lifting off of the stands, and that is very scary. Okay, just a little bit more until those 35s will go on. Okay, still lots of weight on there. Ooh. How far off are we there? Couldn't be too far off now. Let's go grab a tyre. Fucking, I might have a case of fucking 79 series rear end. The big wide front. Well, actually on a 79, narrow front, narrower rear. Fuck yeah, I got myself a patrol after all this time. A 4-cylinder patrol. Wow. Fuck, I'm bucket smart, eh? All right. Sitting on the ground. Hoo-wee. Hoo-wee. Well, it does look very, very cool. Jesus, how far forward the axle is. Derp. Well, that's not quite right height. Oh man, those arms look fucking good. They're real cool. A really fucking sick looking car. Ooh, very good. All right, so we set that up on the current spring rate and not particularly happy with it. It's a bit soft. So we're just gonna pull the coilovers out again and just get some new spring rate. So currently we're running 150 on the bottom and 100 on the top. So probably would have been fine and nice and soft. But yeah, look, it would have been fine as a crawler, but look, I want to drive this thing around on the road. So we're just going to go up with those spring rates. We're going to go and try a 250 bottom and maybe like a 200 top. You know, somewhere around that should be a good compromise. So yeah, look, bit of a stuff up, but anyway, not too big of a problem. We'll sort that out. We'll get them springs swapped over, but just want you to have a look at this because it looks so good. So yeah, just have you ever seen a Rodeo front end that looks that cool with the alley links? Look at them. 2 inch 6061 alley links. Beautiful. So yeah, that 4-link, that pretty much binds up on exactly within 5 or 10 mil of the 12-inch coilovers. Like, tell me that I didn't just guesstimate that shit perfectly or what. So there, that bind is with the 4-link, because a 4-link does bind a lot more than a 3-link does. 4-link plus panhard and a 3-link plus panhard. But yeah, perfect bind at 12. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, complete guesswork, really, guesswork. It's hard to tell when exactly it's going to bind. There is a fair amount of triangulation on both upper control arms. I was a little skeptical, but just again, moving away from having bendy arms, you know, arms that bend around the sump and all that. Like, this is what we could come up with the room that we've got. On the 4JH1, the pan on the left-hand side, it pokes out like another 4 inches than the other side. So we've just had to come up with, this is why we moved away from the bolt-on idea, because it was just going to suck. Many compromises. So that's just we've just had to sacrifice and have that triangulation up the top. And it's actually worked out fine, because it's going to give us extra rigidity on road, sorry. And yeah, just that's worked out really well. I'm very stoked with myself. Good work, Jez. Good work, mate. Good work. Just fucking pat myself on the fucking back. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. It's been great fun. So next episode, we're going to be probably road testing, more testing. We have got some power steering dramas we need to address. The tank is a little bit small, so there's a bit more fluid in there now because the system's bigger. We've added that ram and we've added a cooler. So we've added maybe like, could be a good litre or two to the system, and it just starts pushing the fluid out of the bottle, out of the reservoir a little bit. So we're gonna fabricate a tank, or we're probably just gonna buy a tank and maybe just do some mods to it. So a power steering tank, and that will allow us to hold heaps of fluid, and then it's just gonna be more secure for the fluid. It'll have a better top because it's fabricated, not just some old plastic little, you know, it'd be lucky to hold maybe half a litre. That would be generous. So we'll add a new tank, we'll get a couple of things cleared up, and then 4B time, woo! So catch you then, guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I love my fans. Goodbye.